Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues, where we are now in the playoffs. And obviously, we just came back, Rocker Man, from an insane upset Game 7 thriller. And now we're going up to the Titan League. And we got really two, honestly, I mean, they're Titan League teams, so they're obviously really good. Blizzard and Nebula. I know the Nebula players pretty well, but what can you tell me about this Blizzard team?
I mean, this Blizzard team, they are a team that in Nemesis history flip has been very, very good. The only team to ever three-peat in Nemesis history. And, with this team here, definitely led by a Bolt, otherwise known as Axel. He is the one to watch out for in this matchup flip. That guy is going to be doing some crazy mechanics. He's going to be flip resetting. He's going to be double tapping. And if Blizzard is going to want a chance to win, they need him on his A game. But Gogurt Yogurt and Kyler are both really solid as well. So I'm going to be looking at them to see how they step up. When you got a one star player on your team, well, one main star player flip, it's really on the second and that third man to really step up big and support their star to make big plays.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the Nebula roster, they're not lacking star power either. I mean, they have Zinvez and Denzy, who Zinvez specifically can always pop off at any moment, and he'll let you know. But their third man, I think, is probably one of the best thirds in the league. Like especially for the Sal, Tshega is just he's just a veteran at this point. Like that should be his nickname because he has just been around and he's always in playoffs somehow. I blink, he's not on the roster. I blink and he's like the 4 seed. I don't know how it happens, but that's how it happens. So Rockerman, give me a quick prediction here as Bolt might get us started off with a quick goal. It's gonna be Tshega though, getting us started off on the other end. Zinvez puts that one away, and that's gonna be my prediction as well. We're gonna get a 4-1 here for Nebula. I think I got this.
Forward for Nebula, you might be right. I mean, when you score the first goal like that here, your first time in playoffs, you score the first goal here. You got to be feeling good on the momentum and making it happen. And I actually, in my bracket prediction, I went Nebula as well, 4-2. But we'll have to see. This Nebula team is very complete, like you mentioned. And this Blizzard team, really going to need to step up from Kyler and Gogurt here if they're going to want a chance to make this one happen.
Yeah, and getting the offense going early is what Blizzard was trying to do, but unfortunate pinch sends the ball all the way to the other end. Both with 0 boost here still. Getting a nice musty out to Kyler. Trying to take a quick pop shot, but 2 defenders back is able to get that one saved away. Gogurt able to get a long touch, but the touch from Tshega is just so good. Denzy able to follow it up. Oh, that's a huge follow-up touch, though. I think that was Kyler getting that one off the ceiling there. Tshega with a nice 50 there. Denzy trying to get one touch. Couldn't get the follow because of the bump off from Bolts, but Zinvez there to 50 it. Tshega now looking for the clear downfield. Denzy, a little bit of boost to work with. Maybe some time to take the shot as well. No challenge in the midfield. I thought somebody from Blizzard was going to be there, but looks like Gogurt Yogurt's a little too respectful of Denzy there, and Denzy finally able to beat him out.
Yeah, a little bit too slow on the challenge. And Denzy, again, we talked about the amount of Nemesis veterans on this Nebula team. All of them have been around for many, many seasons. All 3 of them have really been around the block, and they know what it takes when it comes to this playoff time here. And, a big play right there to set things up. And it's 2 quick goals off for Nebula. And Blizzard, it's game number 1. It's a long series and a best of 7, but you got to start trying to find your way. Oh my goodness, Zinvez to Denzy.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of connection right there. Denzy waiting on the backboard for this touch from Zinvez. Kyler still 0 boost, so honestly might not have had to save either way, but Denzy, that's a goal secure if I've ever seen one. And man, it was a nasty goal secure at that. Zinvez now with a great 50 off the kickoff to Tshega, got an extra touch. Bolt's touch, just having to go to the corner. A demo, though, comes out as well. Now he's trying to get a pass over to Kyler. Kyler, the fake on one, a 50 on another. Denzy in the corner there, able to get one. Trying to get the follow-up, but doesn't have a whole lot of boost. Gets a flip reset, able to get the flick over Gogurt, but Bolt's challenge only to be met by Tshega. Tshega looking for the bump on Kyler, not able to get it. Kyler able to get the long clear, and Zinvez now able to get that ball popped up high. A lot of time in the air. Gogurt still not challenging. Finally, the touch from Zinvez allows the save. Tshega now gets a beat on one. Tshega looking for a beat on another. That one off the backboard. Denzy's going to be there. The pre-jump save from Kyler is beautiful. And Gogurt now looking for the counter attack. Going for the double touch, but Zinvez able to get on the backboard to get a long clear. Bolt rushing back. 0 boost here. A little bit awkward, but still able to get the nice control. Ball kind of in a safe position, but a great double from Tshega puts that ball mid. Tyler, 0 boost, still able to get the touch, trying to find a teammate, but Denzy going to be the one collecting it. Bolt says, thank you very much, I'll take that off your hands, and a good challenge there from Zinvez, stopping that attack. Gogurt in the air. Kyler was also up there with them, and Bolt was off of doing a squishy save. All 3 players from Blizzard were in the air at one point, and no real shot attempts coming out here. The offense from Blizzard seems a little bit disoriented, not a whole lot, maybe a lack of communication. Maybe they're relying too much on solo plays, but so far Nebula has had an answer for everything. Kyler doesn't have an answer for that demo, and Zinvez has that goal.
Yeah, Zinvez, just a one-man wrecking crew, taking it all the way down the pitch. He's by 2, he's by 3, just erase Kyler off the map there, and a 4-0 lead. I mean, just so far, it's been all Nebula all the time. Blizzard only 1 shot to their name here, and yeah, you mentioned it, it's just the offense does not look good. Trying to find a lot of solo plays, not finding these passing plays, and Nebula right now, the speed, the demos, they're just going all out here.
Yeah, Gogurt able to get another air dribble, but again, to nobody. Denzy gonna tactically fake that one and get a nice 50 towards the ceiling. Zinvez able to get the beat to Tshega. Just having to get a long clear, trying to buy some time for his team to get some boost. Trying to play Gogurt's touch here. Able to. 0 boost, but still able to get another 50 on Kyler as well. Kyler winning that backwards 50. Gets a beat on Denzy as well. Could be an open net, but a huge demo and another demo from Zinvez. Just playing a wrecking ball. And now it just feels like the physical game from Nebula is, playing a pretty big factor here as 2 more demos come out. Denzy has the open net, but knew that they were going to respawn. Didn't have a whole lot of boost. The counterattack coming through, but Tshega able to do great. Doesn't get the follow-up touch, so Bolt's able to win that 50. Bolt trying to get around another, and he does, but Tshega able to rush back. And a great touch there from Kyler. Zinvez just has to get a pop up high. Denzy gonna get the beat, and that's a way long clear out to Tshega. Able to grab the boost, maybe looking for another counterattack. Bolt's gonna be there taking his time, trying to get a beat around 1. A nice air dribble. Trying to get a good 50, but Denzy gonna be able to get that one. No touch there from Denzy. Zinvez, he could have been in trouble, but a huge demo coming up from Tshega, and these demos from Nebula are just massive so far, Rockerman.
Yeah, no, the demos are huge in this game, and when you got two of the top 10 demoers in the Titan League on your team, we can see why here. Tshega 2.29 demos per game, and then Zinvez 1.79 demos per game as well. So these guys really know how to find their demos, and Blizzard may have finally found something here. Gogurt gonna send it their way off a demo of his own, and Blizzard finally gonna get on the board here. 26 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Denzy was going for the fake, and Kyler saw it, and then he said, hey, you're not the only team that can demo, and gets a wide open net there for Gogurt. Bolt getting the assist on that one. A good, solid team play there from Blizzard, and kind of the first real counterattack attempt that was successful. And it feels like that might be a recipe that they're like a nice little formula that they're going to look towards in these next couple games, because being down 3 goals with 10 seconds left is going to be dangerous. Kyler puts another one on the board, making me eat my words. 2 goals, 8 seconds. It's doable, Rocker Man, but it might just be too little too late.
Yeah, gonna need something big off the kickoff here, Flip. At least got to score with a second on the clock, and we'll see if they can find some magic here.
8 seconds, and a miracle is needed. But Denzy won that kickoff and got a nice touch. Tshega gonna send that one long. Bolt, his touch is not gonna be a goal, so that one is gonna be game number 1 here. Maybe one more goal. Oh my goodness. Denzy was pre-jump for that one. Zinvez lets it hit the ground. Nebula take this game 1 pretty convincingly, although Blizzard did have a couple answers towards the end there, Rockerman, and kind of made it a closer contest. Looking into game number 2, I feel like they have a formula to how they can be successful this series.
Yeah, no, I think both teams really found their formula. We saw Nebula with the demos, their aggression early on, jumping out to that 4-0 lead. And then on the other end, Blizzard, they did find those counterattacks at the very end. So really, really working for those counters, really being able to find them, and, countering this aggression play style from Nebula can certainly be a key to success here. And as we dive into this game number 2 Flip here, we'll have to see if they can find the counterattack. I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna work, if they're gonna be able to do it to perfection here. I'm not really sure if that's necessarily Blizzard's play style, but I'm gonna love to see them try.
Yeah, I feel like I see Bolt on the ball, and you're looking for a magical play out of him, and that's just not what you usually see from a counterattack type of team. Although If that's what they got to do, sometimes that's what you got to do to win these do or die series. Is now a huge 50 there from Denzy. A good touch towards the backboard, but Zinvez not willing to commit on that one. Zinvez then gonna get a great 50. Denzy, you don't get that double touch, do you? Oh, just off target. Would have been disgusting, though. Bolt, not any boost to save that one if it was on target. Instead, the ball gets cleared away. Back to the corner. Back to Bolt, who did pick up the 100 pad. Bolt now trying to make a good 50, and there it is. That ball gonna be bouncing straight mid for him. Gets the fake, a huge shot, and a goal for Gogurt Yogurt there. The placement was beautiful. The fake from Bolt just as clean.
Yeah, that was clean right there, and he's maybe hunting for the demo, but it works out perfect, and Gogurt gonna snipe that bottom left there, catching Nebula awkward there. 3 people in the net, but none of them can save a perfectly placed shot like that one.
Perfectly placed and just at the right time. A nice 1-0 lead, first lead for Blizzard as Tshega went for the fake on that one. Zinvez with one touch, not a great one though, so Bolt gonna try to get a counterattack going, but Zinvez had that one answered to the corner. Bolt's still on it, but Denzy gonna get the 50. That ball bouncing out mid, Tshega gets beat out. Kyler saying hello for a great goal here. Bolt with a great 50 on Denzy, and Kyler with the speed to get it past Tshega.
Yeah, I'm loving to see this answer here from Blizzard in this game too. Heading into this series, Nebula, probably one of the hottest teams in all of Nemesis, winning their last 7 matches to make it into the playoffs there. And right now, after them taking game number 1, 2, I thought, Flip, we could be in for a tough time here if Nebula could keep rolling. But Blizzard early on here with a great answer. Just got to try to keep it going. That's a great bump on the backside, but Bolt is going to flick it away. But yeah, Blizzard, really good start for them here. Just got to try to keep it going.
Yeah, and now it feels like this Nebula team, they have had a couple opportunities, but the second man is not willing to commit, and the shots have not, the follow-up shots have just not been there. And now a counterattack once again. Bolt able to get the beat, but Zinvez able to get the touch. Tshega with one touch off the sidewall. Couldn't get a follow. Gogurt Yogurt with a great shot. That one was sniffing the bottom corner, but instead it's a pinch out for Zinvez. An unlucky bounce. If it was a better bounce, could have turned straight into a counterattack goal, but instead it's going to be Bolt now clearing that ball long, and nobody's going to be there except for Zinvez. Able to get one touch, but it actually does get around Kyler. Gogurt hasn't get barely a touch with 0 boost, and a team bump as well. Bolt's really awkward on the back or on the sidewall, but it's going to be Tshega. He does not make any contact. Kyler getting a flip reset. Zinvez has to play it to the corner. Bolt, no boost, still able to fake out Tshega, make Tshega go high. Tshega gets 50 in the midfield. Denzy gonna play this one back towards the wall. Able to get the double on one. Kyler gonna be there. Kyler just gets a nice clear. Bolt gonna get a nice pass mid. Kyler with 0 boost, still able to put a shot on target. It was just wide, however. And now a long clear into a counterattack attempt. The shot gonna be wide. Bolt had the save anyway. Kyler now going in the air. Can be dangerous in this part of the field, but the touch just too long, boost just too little. But it's going to be Gogurt putting that ball back mid for Bolt. Just kidding. It's for Tshega to Zinvez to the crossbar. And that one might be the one that you're remembering tonight. It's going to be Denzy getting the triple tap, and it's off the post again. That one, again, what you needed if you're Nebula. Instead, it is still 2-0 here in favor of Blizzard.
I understand wanting to touch it and, trusting in yourself to make that touch there, but that ball was right in the net flip. No need for that extra touch, and then it turns into calamity as 2 shots ring out off of the post there, and a tough break for Tshega and this Nebula team there, as they almost certainly were going to bring themselves within 1, and now, very well might just lose this game because of that play right there.
Yeah, 1 goal is just so hard to get in the Titan League, and man, whenever you miss those opportunities, it feels even worse. Knowing that you could have been, tied, 1 goal down, whatever it is, but now you have to battle through not only a 2-goal deficit, just the mental fortitude of knowing that you had a free one. Instead, it's going to be Bolt putting a shot on target, and Tshega, he just could not get there. Speeds this one up just a little bit, and Rocker Band, this game too, after that missed open net, it feels like it's kind of gotten out of hand here, and Blizzard, they're taking full advantage.
Yeah, no, and that one again, like you mentioned, that's a mental breaker right there. As you had the open net, you had the opportunity to bring it within 1, and when you have within 1 flip, as we all know, you can score. This one close pinch there. you can score with even 0 seconds on the clock as long as you're within 1. And, now it's a 3-goal deficit here with just under a minute remaining. Blizzard should hold on to this one as they're trying to add some more. Another great save comes through. But, yeah, the mental is going to be interesting to see how this Nebula team can battle back heading into Game 3.
Yeah, and I will say a couple unlucky, moments in this game already, so they're going to probably try to hang your hat on that one, as that one from Tshega would have been a disgusting angle. Instead, it goes wide once again. And sometimes, Rockman, you have games where the ball just doesn't fall, but it all depends on how you answer the next game. As Denzy going to try to look for a touch. It's going to be Kyler looking a long clear, and Gogurt maybe looking for one more here. It's going to be Bolt diving in, not able to get the shot. Now, Tshega getting one more touch. Denzy not able to get it, but, Kyler barely able to make the save off the crossbar. Denzy going to hit the crossbar as well, keeping the clean sheet here in Game 2. And Rockerman, a very interesting Game 2 here. It was close, but the scoreboard wouldn't tell you that. And Blizzard, a nice victory here, a great bounce back. And what is that, 5 goals in a row? It was, 4-0 for Nebula? Blizzard scored 2, and now Blizzard scored 3 in this game unanswered. So it just looks like Blizzard have really found their stride here.
Yeah, no, they really have found their stride. And yeah, you mentioned it. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, and you got to find a way to battle back there. And in that game, it didn't really fall Nebula's way there. So we're going to have to see as we look towards game number 3 if they're going to be able to do that. But yeah, that one most certainly a tough one. But if you're Blizzard there, you hold off these shot attempts. You make a couple of great saves in that one. 4 saves to their name, and I mean, yeah, it's just it's gonna be interesting to see, Flip, how Nebula can mentally battle back heading into this game number 3.
Yeah, and I think Blizzard might need to call a timeout. I'm not quite sure, but we'll have to see. But Nebula, after that one, definitely needed a break. It just a little mental reset. Rockman, whenever you lose a game after you just beat the team in a pretty convincing fashion, you always got to think to yourself, man, what just happened? So you got to take a little breather, try to figure some things out. And if you're this Nebula team, in my opinion, I think they looked good. And I think their plays were really solid. The post and yourselves is what really got in the way. So if you're thinking about it like that, definitely can bounce back here in game number 3. And if you're Blizzard, you got to just try to take this and keep going with this momentum because they look really solid.
Yeah, they do. They do look pretty solid. But we do have some interesting turn of events here, as it looks like Blizzard may have lost their star player here, Flip in Bolt. He's no longer in the VC, and they're getting their 4th man in the lobby here to try to sub this one up. So Bullet is going to have to just dive right into this one, get thrown in. A bit of a awkward situation, after just getting a win, having to put your sub in now, who's going to be thrust into, a winner go home playoff match here, and he's got to step up.
Yeah, and this is not what you want to see. I love Bullet. He's my boy. But there's a difference between Bullet and Bolt. And that difference might be felt here in Game 3. We'll have to see. And we'll have to see if Bullet is able to show up and show out here. Because I know whenever he's peaking, he can play well. But you're replacing Bolt, and so sometimes you just got to think about man, this is the caliber of player that I'm replacing. But hey, if Bullet can play their game, and Kyler, and Gogurt Yogurt can play around them, you never know. In this league, they're all Titan League players. They're all really solid players. We'll have to see who can pull it out here, as we are still waiting for him to join here, Rockerman. And that one game from Blizzard was the one that I was giving them. It was a 4-1, but this is not how I expected Nebula to win 4-1. But this would be an interesting way to do it, and I hope my prediction's right.
Well, for your sake, hopefully so. But for us and the viewers' sake, hoping that this Blizzard team can find a way to pull off a little bit of an upset here, even without Bolt, who seemingly has just just left his team and left him in the dust. And Bullet, maybe got a little bit of something to say here in this one. And obviously the shoes to fill are going to be pretty big here, as we do know what Bolt brought to the table for this team. But you just got to try to find a way to maybe look at this in a different light here. Find a different play style. You can really shake things up. You may not have the same mechanical ability, but Flip, I've seen sometimes, as weird as it to say, you love your top players, you love what they can do mechanic wise, but sometimes when you take out a very mechanical player that really likes their solo plays and you bring in someone that can rotate and click with these other two players, it can be even better than what you had before, which is crazy to say. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but finding those rotations, can be big here heading into game 3.
Yeah, and we are into game number 3. We'll have to see if these rotations are going to be as clean, though. It is a subbing in. We'll have to see how they adjust. But what's most important? You're getting that first one on the board. You see that first goal fall if you're this Blizzard team, and you know anything's possible. But we'll have to wait and see. As now Nebula looking to start some pressure. Kyler with a nice touch, but Denzy able to get one towards the midfield. Gogurt able to get a long clear, though. Tshega sitting all the way back. Pass over to Zinvez, high off the ceiling. That one rolled straight down for Bullet, but Denzy, he's going to be the one on the wall getting the clear. That's a touch. Gogurt able to get the touch toward the corner, but Kyler has 0 boost. That one off the back wall. Gogurt has to go. Tshega gets the beat. A free shot for Denzy. Puts it right behind Bullet. An early goal here for Nebula, and that's what you have to do. You notice the sub comes in. You have to put on the gas rocker, man. Not let them get comfortable. Not let them get set into the series, and just try to capitalize on the fact that they're bringing in a brand new cold player.
Yeah, and that one wasn't even really Bullet's fault. Their double commit comes through, forced out by Nebula, as Kyler has an opportunity there off the kickoff, but can't do it. And, we talk about Bullet needing to fill those shoes, but really what it comes down to for me is Gogurt and Kyler. They have to be the ones that need to step up here. You got to be the one to take the reins here and, lead this team. You mentioned it, Bullet's the sub here, but you guys, Gogurt and Kyler, you are the players that have been on this roster. You can't keep double committing like this and leaving Bullet all alone in the net to make heroic saves.
Yeah, but he does, and that's what Bullet does, is Kyler's able to get one touch. Another double commit, though, and that might be an issue we start to see. However, Kyler's still able to get a nice touch, able to get a 50 to Tshega off the ceiling, trying to get the ground double. Instead, it's going to be a good 50 with Bullet there. Gogurt going to be there in the midfield, able to get the pre-jump. Kyler didn't think he had it read. A huge bump there from Denzy, but Bullet able to rotate back in time already. Bullet able to get one touch, but it gets read immediately by Zinvez. Zinvez looking for the double. Kyler looking to stop him, and he does. Kyler trying to get a touch one more, but Denzy is going to be there. Tshega's touch a little high. Zinvez is going to be there. Hitting that one towards the corner. Bullet can't get there in time, so it's going to be Gogurt getting the clear. Bullet actually gets that one sent over to the other side where Tshega was waiting. Tshega gets a nice beat. Denzy doesn't get the touch. Tshega air dribbled it a little too far. Zinvez, last man, just has to get a challenge, and Denzy doesn't get the touch once again. Gogurt capitalizes on it, realizes Denzy doesn't get the touch, and a couple miscommunications, a couple misplays on the offensive end result in a counterattack goal.
Yeah, and Tshega is really counting on his teammate to get that touch there, and when it doesn't come through, Gogurt has a free opportunity, smart play to put in the back right, and that's what you want to see. And I think really Gogurt has got to be this leader. Like we mentioned, him and Kyler. I think Gogurt's got to be that guy to step up for his team here. Found a big goal there, and we're all tied up here, Flip, as Nebula continues to just make a couple of uncharacteristic misses.
Yeah, Zinvez able to get a nice musty here. Another double commit, which hasn't taken its toll yet, but it will. And so they got to get these double commits under control as soon as possible, because once this Nebula team, I think they're playing a little too fast for themselves, realizing, hey, like, there's no Bolt, let's go. But once they sort of settle down a little bit, they start capitalizing on some of those mistakes that the Blizzard team is making. It'll be a different ball game, but Blizzard it is still a tied game. They still have plenty of time to score, and maybe an opportunity right here. Kyler bangs that ball high. Gogurt was looking for it, but Denzy had the touch. Denzy now able to get another one, but gonna get beat out. Zinvez with a nice control touch, waiting for Bullet, but not able to. Bullet puts that ball mid. It's a free one for Tshega, and that miscommunication rears its ugly head right there.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones, the miscommunication there. Bullet and Gogurt, again, trying to find that chemistry, and unfortunately, it was not there. A tough mistake on that one, as they're unable to save that one away. Free net for Nebula to take it all the way.
Nebula, once again, looking for another opportunity as Tshega took that one from Zinvez, looking down mid. Denzy was there, but couldn't get the follow-up after Gogur's touch, but Tshega still on that ball, not letting this ball leave the Blizzard half. Bullet gets a nice bump on Tshega, but Denzy's the one with the ball. Now Bullet trying to get a good 50. Zinvez is going to be there and gets a insane pop somehow, and Tshega's going to get the follow. Tshega looking for one more. Kyler just has to get a touch on it. Gogur looking for the clear. Hits that one towards the sidewall. A huge demo, and that's really the first demo I've seen this game from Nebula, which kind of was their MO in game number 1. Now in game number 3 here, they get back to demoing, and they get back to scoring.
Yeah, they do find the demo, open up a little of the space, then you put Blizzard on the back foot. Not a lot of boost. Kyler can't get up to that one. Bullet can't save it away, and Nebula again with this aggressive offense. And I like the point you made earlier. They did seem like they were playing too fast for themselves, and now as we're getting into this one, they're playing a little bit slower, playing a little bit smarter, going for a couple of fakes here, and it's allowed them to get back to this 2-goal lead, force Blizzard to make the mistakes.
Yep, and now Zinvez looking for Denzy, I think. Denzy a little farther back than he expected, but Zinvez still has plenty of time in the air. Just goes for the pop shot. That was off the backboard. Didn't have the boost for the double touch, says Tshega now looking for a beat on one, and it's there, but no follow-up from the second man. Denzy now, it's again going in the air, and somebody pre-jumped an hour ago, and it was Zinvez, as it's going to be a no pass coming through, but the ambition is all there, Rockerman, and Zinvez maybe a little too ambitious here. Kyler looking for the counterattack, and, you know, you're up 2 goals, but blink your eyes and you could be losing very soon. Right now, it's just a 1-goal lead for Nebula after this goal from Kyler, but they got to be careful.
Yeah, no, you got to be careful. You have the lead here, and I feel like they're just underestimating this Blizzard team right now. You're obviously losing their best player, but you can't overcommit like that and allow Kyler to take it down the pitch as they're trying to fire another one, and it's just going to go in over the top from Kyler, and maybe, just maybe, this Blizzard team can find a way.
Yep, 3 shots here for Blizzard, 3 goals, but they make them all count. And Rocker Man, this right here could be the story of the season. If they are able to sub in Bullets, not only take a game, but maybe more, looking to take one there, but it is disaster on the other end. A post bounce of all time here, and the winners of that post is somehow Nebula. Denzy, who was running free, got a nice touch there from Zinvez. Rockerman, that is just devastating for Blizzard.
Oh, that was such a heartbreaker. They had a big miss on the backboard and opened that just off the post and right back into a counterattack. A tough one to find your way there, and now the final 15 seconds here, Flip. Blizzard need to try to find a miracle.
Yeah, but now I think you're going to see a more high alert Nebula here. They don't want to give up this lead once again. Zinvez taking his time on that one, getting a nice 50 right there, as well as Denzy's up in the air. Just gets a nice touch, but it's going to be Gogur popping that ball up high. Tshega beat out everybody an hour ago. Bullet, oh, there was a freight train coming right at him, but Denzy just wasn't able to make contact. The ball falls. Nebula take game 3. Blizzard, though, showing some life, and Nebula showing that they aren't taking them seriously enough, honestly. And I think that this Nebula team, they got to be careful, because this Blizzard team, they can, whenever they get the opportunity, they are looking to strike and they are looking to score.
Yeah, they are, and they had those opportunities, like you mentioned. It was 3 goals, 3 shots until that final one rang off the post, and just a tough one for Blizzard. Again, their star player goes out of this one, and guess we'll throw it to this one. I was a little confused by the map here. We'll throw it a little bit different here, Flip, for this one. But yeah, the star player goes out. You have to sub in Bullet here, who played pretty solidly, all things considered. But heading into this game, it's a big one to try to come back here and try to make something happen now. And you wanted that game right there. And Kyler, he wants to take this game himself off the start. You're only 6 seconds in, and Blizzard strike first.
Look, Rockman, if there's a time to make a name for yourself, it is right now, and Kyler looking to do so off the ceiling with a great 50. Denzy just he thought he had time. There was 2 people pre-jumping him, and that ball ends up in the back of his net. Zinvez now trying to do the same thing. Kyler looking to get another dunk, and he does. Bullet gets beat up by Denzy there. Zinvez couldn't get the bump on Gogurt there, so it's going to have to beat Tshega here trying to collect this ball. Gogurt with no boost, trying to get a touch, but Bullet gets a nice demo. It's going to be Kyler trying to take control, but a demo right back from Denzy there. Kyler with an unfortunate spawn, a little bit of a mix-up. Everybody's in the corner. Tshega biding his time, trying to get a good 50. Bullet's touch, a little awkward. That one off the backboard. Denzy's gonna be there. The save from Kyler off the post. Tshega trying to get a beat. Gogurt gets a nice 50. Bullet gets 1 touch, but Zinvez had that one red. Zinvez now looking for 1 more. Over to Denzy, but Denzy gets bumped. Gogurt looking for the counter. Gogurt gets bumped, and Denzy and Zinvez collide there. Denzy gets a touch, and Zinvez not expecting that. It's gonna be Tshega getting a long shot there. Could have been a net. If it was on target, it could have been a goal, but it's going to be Denzy hitting this one on target, getting a nice finish here into the bottom right corner. Gogurt just couldn't get the read on this one. A huge game tire here for Nebula.
Denzy gonna find that one in, and yeah, it looked like Gogurt and Tshega were both going up for that one. Neither find contact, and it's just Denzy waiting, ready to shoot it here. And again, Flip, this is such a big game number 4 here for Blizzard. You know, already down as the underdogs now in this series here. Almost pulled back that last one, but you can't afford to go down 3-1 against this Nebula team that has been so good in the second half of the season. So they really got to find a way to be the ones to be scoring the goals here and find a way to take this game number 4.
Denzy gonna have to pop this one back mid as Zinvez is up, but a double commit. Gonna let that ball get cleared as Tshega gets that one towards the corner. Tshega with the flip reset, no boost left, but Bullet doesn't have any either. Gogurt try to get the 50. Denzy not able to get the bump on Kyler, so it's gonna be Zinvez popping that ball up high. Denzy trying to get the skim, not able to. Tshega off the sidewall, looking for that bounce, looking for the Doomsy, not able to get it. Was trying to dunk Kyler, I think, right there, but Kyler wasn't able to get the touch. Still, Kyler on no boost and trying to get the clear, able to get a nice dunk there. That ball bouncing mid. Tshega having to read this one. It's a nice first touch. Looking for 1 more. No teammate in the midfield. Gogurt collects that one. Looking for the flick. Gogurt gets his shot saved by Denzy, but Bullet puts that one away, and Blizzard are here to play.
They are here to play. That's a great save by Denzy, but a better pass and an even better shot there from Bullet. The sub coming up big here for his team, trying to will his team to victory here. A nice shot to make that one in the back of the net. And now Blizzard out in front.
Blizzard, can you hold on to this lead? They are looking to do just that. Zinvez looking to follow up to shake his touch. Takes that one off the sidewall. Just trying to get a beat on one, but Gogurt had no boost. If he took his time there, it could have been just a checkmate for Gogurt, but instead, Zinvez rushing that touch. Get that beat on one. Kyler, you're up. Maybe too early. No, he had that one read beautifully. Great read there from Kyler. Denzy now not able to get the touch. Bullet's touch not fantastic as Tshega has that one red. Tshega with the double. Kyler pops that ball way up high as Gogurt's going to be the first one there. Zinvez goes straight back to the ground. Bullet looking for the touch, but it's going to be Denzy getting 1 touch. Bullet looking for the pass down mid. Tshega's going to be there. Kyler as well. Zinvez now looking to take his control with this one. Tshega and Zinvez double commit. Gogurt had to put that one towards the corner. Denzy's there. That ball bouncing mid. Bullet pops that ball up high. Kyler and Bullet double commit. Bullet gets the flip reset though. Looking for the shot. It's going to be Zinvez though. Getting the save. Kyler, 1 touch. Denzy taking control now. Denzy in the air. He has Gogurt up, but Bullet is back. Has that one red. Tshega looking for the mid pass. Zinvez is there. Zinvez to the backboard, but Gogurt has that one red. A long clear. Bullet with the counter attack. Bullet shot just wide. The follow just high. Bullet could have put a 2-goal lead in for Blizzard. Instead, the nerves might be hitting just a little too hard. Gogurt with a nice flick. Zinvez with 0 boost. Still able to make the play. Another double commit here from Blizzard. Could result in a clear, but Gogurt, he was up, but Denzy doesn't get the touch. Kyler keeping that ball in play here, trying to get more offense here for Blizzard. Bullet looking for the double down. Denzy doesn't get the touch again. Gogurt had that red. The fake doesn't work. Gogurt sees through it all, and Blizzard with a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and Blizzard just putting Nebula in a couple of awkward situations, and they're just missing balls that they normally shouldn't miss, and you have to wonder, is the nerves here getting to them a little bit? Obviously, we saw Bullet, a tough miss on the goal line there, and Blizzard, they've been double committing. It's been a little chaotic, but I mean, honestly, they're making the plays happen when they matter the most, Flip, and that's the most important part. It's the playoffs here. You got to come through in the clutch time, and right now Blizzard, they've been the ones hitting those clutch shots. A minute remaining, up by 2. Just got to hold on here, and they can tie the series right back up.
Yeah, and once again, I'm not seeing like any demos come out from Zinvez or Tshega, or even Denzy, who was demoing a lot as well. It's just, there we go. That's what Tshega needs to do. That's what Tshega's known for. Alright, Tshega, a great demo, but does get beat out by Gogurt. Another demo coming through. Just gotta ask, and you shall receive when it comes to demos from him. As Denzy now looks for one touch. Tshega off the sidewall, trying to get one, not able to. Zinvez had the fake, and Bullet's save is beautiful. Zinvez off the ceiling. Kyler, bad touch, but Bullet had the 50 with him. Tshega bops that ball up high. It's gonna be Denzy now looking for the shot. Bullet's save comes through once again. The ball's still bouncing in the midfield, but the save from Blizzard are just too good. Zinvez didn't believe, playing too far back, and you are down by 2 with this little time remaining. Game, set, match. Blizzard, you're going to take game number 4 here, Rocker Man.
Wow, and another upset here in this one. They almost took the last game, but they do take this one. They're going to tie the series up again without their star player, leaving in the middle of the series here, and they have put Nebula in a little bit of an awkward position, Flip, as now they're going to have to try and make something happen here in this one. As I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, Blizzard just played it really well. They even though they double commit a little bit, they did what they had to do in the clutch time, finding those big goals there, and heading into this game number 5, Flip. It's going to be a huge one to make it happen.
Yeah, and I do think that it just feels like Nebula's not being threatening at all, like in the air, like with each other, like with their passes. Like I feel like they're taking everything going so slowly. So it's just like I think Nebula, if they're demoing and they're playing fast enough and they're playing with each other, they are like definitely the better team. But right now, I think they just think they're so much better that they can solo play everything. They don't need to rely on their teammates. And Rocker Man, that right there is whenever you start losing the game. Obviously, we saw that in Game 4. In Game 5 here, let's see if they can clean this one up. But Rocker Man, I don't know. This Blizzard team, they've surprised me, and they're looking to continue to do so.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Blizzard team, historically, that just has success. They've only lost 1 playoff series ever, Flip. So they're trying to make something happen here in this one, continue that historic run that Blizzard just finds a way to do. But I agree, it's completely Nebula underestimating, missed touches, missed shots here as they're trying to find some insane passing plays. And, when you're not on your game, you can't sleep on this team. There's still 3 great players here. This is the Titan League after all, Flip. You can't underestimate anyone.
Yeah, now can Nebula find the answer? Denzy looking for a flip reset. Doesn't get the reset there, but Gogurt has no boost. Still able to get the backflip shot. Gogurt has the save. 0 boost warrior right there. Kyler looking for the double off the sidewalk. It's a nice touch. Zinvez is going to have that one in the midfield. Gets 1 touch. Gets to try to get a pop over the other, and he does. Bullet with a controlled touch here. Looking for a 50. Tshega wins that one out, gets the corner boost. There's no midfield player now as Denzy and Zinvez bumped each other, so Denzy is going to be back for that one. But Kyler with a great 50 straight up in the air. Bullet going to be on top of that one, but Denzy gets the beat. Gogurt looking for the touch. Not a shot, though, and that ball instead going to be bounced mid. Denzy has to get the touch, and he does. Gogurt going to be there once again. Bullet, can he get up there? A little too quick coming at him. Kyler, that touch off the backboard. Tshega looking for the clear. Denzy goes as well. The shot from Gogurt, not good enough. Kyler's 50, though, is great. The boost grab from Gogurt, but he gets demoed. Tshega now has to get the beat, and he does. Looking for his teammate, Zinvez, who has some time, but instead just takes a shot. Gogurt now with the ball and some boost. Gets a beat on 1. Tshega just trying to keep that ball in play. Buy time for his teammate to get back. Kyler just has to pop that ball close. Denzy there for the cut. Zinvez trying to get the follow-up. Not going to come through here. Great touch there from Gogurt. Great touch there from Bullet. A demo on the back end, though. Denzy, you can't get that shot on target. Just wide. Tshega couldn't put it in. That one would have been a great play for Nebula, getting their gears going once again. But instead, Nebula remain scoreless. 0-0 here. That ball bouncing mid. Great touch there from Denzy, trying to get it over one more. Got it over his teammate, but not Bullet. A early jump here from Gogurt. Gogurt looking for the follow. Tshega gets the 50. That ball bouncing made a double commit here, but Bullet gets the beat. And it doesn't matter if you double commit, if you're just getting these beats on these midfield challenges every single time. And it feels like Blizzard is either getting the beat or winning the 50. Nothing can be done about that if you are Nebula. Like, if you're losing the 50, you're getting beats. What are you supposed to do? And Rocketman right now, Blizzard, I just think are just playing so much better than this Nebula team, and I don't know why. Zinvez trying to shut me up. Gogurt proving me right. The crossbar helping them out too. Denzy trying to put this one back in, but Rocketman right now, Blizzard is inevitable.
They are inevitable and Flip. They're playing so well on the defensive end. They're blocking out everything, and again, they are still double committing, but it seems like anytime they do find these double commits, they're in such a passive position to where it doesn't affect their rotations. It allows them to continue on with the offense, continue on with the defense, even though they do double commit a little bit. Of this one is coming across looking for the shot, and they just find a way somehow to do it here. And with a minute and a half remaining here, they might find one there. Zinvez had to get in front of that one with no boost, and he does. And Blizzard, all they need to do is find one counter attack here, and they can find their way to match point and pull off an improbable victory.
But they have to still get that goal. Nebula not going to make it easy on him. Tshega looking for the clear. Doesn't have any boost to work with, so instead he goes for Kyler. Kyler gets a nice 50 there on Denzy. No touch coming through from him. Zinvez gets a pop. Nobody up but Coker, and he still had that one read beautifully. Denzy now able to get a beat past one, looking for the flick on the other, not able to as Coker was hunting him down. Kyler able to get the long clear on the follow-ups. Zinvez is there with the 100 boost. Zinvez with the fake. Kyler shot not going to be good enough. Tshega was rushing back for that one. Denzy's touch going to be popped up high. Little control now, but the demo was huge. But Kyler got the beat. Kyler the shot. Zinvez the save. That third man, Zinvez, has been doing miracles back there, keeping Nebula alive. Denzy now, maybe looking for one more touch. It's going to be Kyler, though, getting the beat on one, getting the flip reset. Has the teammate mid? No, he doesn't. It's Tshega now in the air. This could be the dagger. This could be the one. Gogurt with the save. Zinvez has to keep this ball in play right now. Blizzard, Nebula, doesn't matter who, they do not want to give up this one goal. Match point on the line, 10 seconds remaining. Are we going to get a 0-0 overtime here in Game 5? Denzy has to get to this one. No, Chibi Zinvez hitting that one off the sidewall. An opportunity here as Tshega pops that ball up high. Kyler might just want to let it drop, and it does, but it hits the side of the corner, and that one maybe hits the side of the corner again, and it does. Gogurt, though, he has 100 boost. He has a player mid. Bullet, the shot, it's wide, the double wide as well. The follow couldn't come through. We have overtime.
Oh my goodness, I thought they almost had the miracle right there. They almost found the read on the double tap there, but Nebula survived, counting their lucky stars. A couple of fortuitous bounces for Blizzard, but they can't find it in the back of the net, and somehow, someway, we've got overtime here. And Nebula, they can't get that one. It's Bullet, the super sub, with the overtime winner, and Blizzard is one win away from taking Nebula out of these playoffs.
Every play is what Blizzard expect out of this Nebula team. There's always a player there, and this time it finally goes in the back of the net. Zinvez saved so many balls, but it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. Blizzard, their defense was so good all game long, and I don't know how they did it, Rockerman, but they are on match point. They are one win away from winning this series without Bolt. What?
Yeah, I'm really at a loss for words too. And Flip, if you look back to that first game without Bolt, they could have had the win right there in that one too. The series could be over here if they were to find that one instead. Off the post, counterattack goes the other way. But I mean, what a performance from them. They locked down on the defensive end in that game with 7 saves by Blizzard in that shutout win. And Nebula, they're just double committing, Flip. They're double committing in bad spots. I talked about Blizzard finding some double commits, but Nebula, they're double committing in bad spots. They're missing balls that they don't normally miss. And, you know, I just really feel like the nerves are on them right now. And Blizzard, they are playing, they're playing free. They got nothing to lose here. They're expected to not win this one without their top player, but they are still showing up. Bullet has stepped up huge for his team, and now heading to Forbidden Temple, home of chaos and craziness. We'll see if the series can send us a distance.
Tshega looking for a play here. Zinvez and Denzy were both up for that one. Denzy's the pass just not good enough right behind Tshega. Tshega was looking for a more aggressive play there. Instead, it's going to be Bullet looking for the touch. Instead, it's going to be Gogurt finding that one as now Denzy takes control. The counter is coming through. Denzy with a great flick of Bullet rushing back. And Bullet has the touch towards the sidewall. Tshega doesn't have that ball read. Zinvez does, though. That ball bouncing back mid. Zinvez and Tshega both up once again. Just Denzy back. Has a 100 boost, but it's going to be Kyler in the air. Kyler doesn't have the follow-up touch, though, so Denzy's touch is going to be met by Bullet. Bullet with the long clear. Go, you're not that nasty, are you? He had the shot, not the power, though. Bullet now grabs 100 boost. Gets 50'd out by Zinvez hard, though, and Kyler has to retreat because doesn't have time to grab the boost, so Denzy sends that one off the backboard. Gogurt doesn't get the touch. Finally, Zinvez puts one away, and what felt like a year. Nebula have the lead. They get a goal. They're on the board, Rocker Man, and they can breathe a little sigh of relief, knowing that this Blizzard team is vulnerable, because so far they haven't looked.
Yeah, no, they really haven't. The defense has been so good for Blizzard, you know, these entire last handful of games here. And finally, Nebula able to break the ice, you know, scoreless in that last game. I believe it was probably about 3 minutes scoreless in the game before. So looking at around an 8-minute drought of between goals. And that's not what you expect from this team that's so mechanical from Nebula. We saw what they could do on the offense early on in this series. This one is pinched just a little bit wide. So for them to finally break the ice, you got to be careful if you're Blizzard now, because if you let Nebula start to feel themselves, start to get that confidence back, it can be deadly.
Gogurt trying to not let that happen here as he gets a pass across mid. Bullet gonna be looking for it. Zinvez, though, got a touch on it. Kyler with a 50 towards the corner. It's going to be Tshega getting one, looking for one more. Tshega doesn't get the touch, so Gogurt's going to take this one, say thank you very much. I'll take the boost as well. I'll try to Cuxer pinch it, but that one just goes straight to Zinvez. The 100 boost, and the quarter by Gogurt from the heavens comes down and ties up this game.
Oh my goodness, he gets the cookser, comes off the ceiling, and right on Zinvez's head, dunks him. Not ready for that one at all. And these underdogs, they're not underdogs in the seeds, but they're underdogs on the pitch here, and they find a way to make things happen every single time.
Every single time. Zinvez getting that one right back, though, as Denzy with the assist, with the demo. Huge play here from Nebula, getting that lead right back, because that could have been a huge momentum shift. But they quiet the crowd. They quiet this Blizzard team, letting them know, hey, we are still here. This series is not over.
Yeah, it's not over yet, and that's another great play, and you talked about it earlier on, but finding those demos for Nebula, getting this Blizzard team out of position, throw off the rotations, because they have been rotating so well, you know, again, a couple double commits, but for the most part, rotating really well, and this one sent back with Zinvez is there. So again, finding those demos, opening up that space is key for this Nebula team to stay on that offense and keep Blizzard in a tough spot.
Blizzard have been in their half for a little bit now. Zinvez looking for the Doomsday. Gogurt has that one saved. Gogurt now getting another great touch here. Bullet up for this one. Off the corner, gets the beat, gets the double as well. Denzy a little awkward. Kyler had the jump, had the dunk, but not on target. Tshega now looking for Denzy downfield. Denzy's going for the double touch. It would have been nasty, but it goes too high for him. Now, Gogurt getting the touch towards the sidewall. Zinvez doesn't have that touch, so Kyler's able to get that ball long, clear, as Denzy sends that one right back, playing a little bit of ping pong. Gogurt says, all right, I'll play. Tshega trying to get a little bit of control. Doesn't have the best touch, though. Kyler, not the best touch either, as that ball falls to Bullets. Zinvez in the midfield looking for the double. Goes straight to Gogurt. Gogurt in the air. One touch, not able to get the follow-up, but Bullet gets the beat on Denzy. That ball off the backward, but Zinvez was waiting for it. Zinvez gets 50 by Kyler beautifully. The bounce is just as beautiful for this Blizzard team as Bullet. Gogurt double commit, but Bullet's still on this ball. But it's a huge shot from Tshega, but Kyler there in position for the save. Kyler now with a lot of time. A lot of boost as well. Kyler going towards the backboard, looking for the dunk. The demo on Bullet from Tshega was massive. Denzy, his touch would have been straight to him. Instead, it is now a clear. Zinvez now has control of the ball. Kyler backflip, still able to get back to it. That one off the sidewall. Nobody up here for either team, so Tshega just pops that ball up high. Gogurt and Bullet double commit, but that one falls to Kyler. Kyler now Going up in the air, Tshega's up as well. Kyler going for the flip reset, but it's a great read there from Tshega to Denzy. Denzy to the post! It's not in! I thought it was in for sure, but Blizzard, they get one more chance at life here. A 2-goal deficit would have been devastating, but instead, Kyler keeping this ball alive. Zinvez has to fake as Bullet was going for that one. A double commit here on the side of Nebula. 30 seconds remaining. A pass out. Bullet, long clear. Is that one on target? Just wide! The top corner of the net. Instead of a tied game, it's a 1-goal deficit, and Blizzard need to find another way through. Gogurt towards the backboard. It's going to be Tshega popping that ball up high, looking for one more touch, and he gets it. Bullet, no boost. Really awkward. Clock is running down. 10 seconds remaining. A back pass. Tshega towards the midfield. Gets bumped. Kyler now with not a whole lot of boost, but does have possession of the ball. That touch, though, might just cost him. Nebula gets the kill. And Rockerman a couple inches to the left. And we would have had an overtime, but instead Nebula take game 6.
My gosh, I mean, that was so intense, Flip. On both sides, you thought the Denzy one was in off the post to give him the 2-goal advantage. Nope, it doesn't come through. Then you think the clear back from Blizzard is going in, hits the top bar and out. And now we have another game 7 here. I mean, unexpected, from what has transpired in this series with the loss of Bolt mid-series here and Bullet stepping up big. I mean, just a huge performance from him. And now heading into this game 7, I mean, it is anybody's ball game here, Flip. It's all about who is going to come out with this first goal. Is Blizzard going to be able to put on the pressure, or can Nebula slam the door?
It is all or nothing. Your season is on the line. Denzy knows it to be true. That ball off the corner. Zinvez puts it away. An early lead here for Nebula.
Yeah, Nebula going to start out strong off the kickoff there. It's a great contest there, but Denzy gets the bump on Kyler before he can clear it out, and Nebula starting out strong. And I don't think we've really seen this Blizzard team come from behind too much in this series, Flip. Gotta try to find a way early here, especially, again, being these underdogs without your star player. Forcing this game 7, you gotta make something happen as Gogurt is trying to find that flip reset.
Nebula, they want this all to be a bad dream. They don't want to remember this series, to be honest. Tshega, he's making sure they move on. Gets the flip reset. That one's just going to go way high as Denzy's still able to get a shot out of it. Gogurt has to double touch that one to the corner. Tshega still following that ball up. Couldn't get the bump on Kyler before he got that passed out. Gogurt with an interesting touch. It's a great touch, though, as Zinvez is going to get the read on it. Denzy has to come in and get the clear. A huge demo there from Denzy. Tshega now trying to get the beat on one. Doesn't have the angle for the double. Zinvez overcommits here, but no boost on the side of Nebula. Tshega just has to get one touch. Bullet looking for the clear up high. Denzy, though, is the only one with boost, so he's going to be the one that gets that ball. Gogurt just trying to keep that ball up in the air, buying time for his teammates. Bullet was looking for the demo, and he was just too short for it. Instead, saved away, and now the counterattack is on for Nebula here. Bullet going to leave that one for Kyler. Kyler bangs that ball up high. Trying to get a follow-up from his team, but just Zinvez dropping that one. Bullet able to get a 50. Gogurt didn't have that read, though, so Denzy up off the ceiling, looking for the shot. That one going to go right across the net thanks to Bullet's touch, but it's okay somehow. That looked very dangerous, and Nebula still looking primed to strike. Zinvez down to Tshega. Tshega's shot is a great one, but Bullet had that saved. A good bump there. Bullet now looking for the clear. Gets a clear, but it's just Denzy passing it back to Tshega now. Kyler gets a nice touch. Tshega couldn't land on it as Zinvez got the clear there. Zinvez looking for the follow-up, and now Nebula. I think they're starting to figure this Blizzard team out a little bit here, Rockerman. Every touch, it kind of seems like this Nebula team is kind of on top of it now. Haven't seen a lot of double commits either. Not huge glaring mistakes like we've seen in these previous games. I think Game 7, it's kind of dawned on them. They're in Game 7 right now. And Rockerman, this Nebula team, once they're locked in like this, it can be very scary.
Yeah, we're starting to see that offense that we saw. I mean, 5 shots to 1 for Blizzard, but it just still feels to me, Flip, like we're just on a moment's edge from something chaotic happening. As this one is dangerous in front of the Blizzard net, but I feel like Nebula, with the mistakes that they made in this series, it just seems like we're one play away from Blizzard making something happen here, and we're still still 1 goal deficit only for Blizzard here. Still 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining. A lot of time to make something happen. You just got to find a solid play.
A huge bump there, but Zinvez had that one red. Gogurt maybe a little too caught out here. The touch not great. The demo is huge, and Tshega puts that one away. And this right here is the nice edge you're talking about. Gogurt gets a better touch. That's not a goal. The demo doesn't come through, but instead it is a 2-0 lead here for Nebula, and Blizzard have a huge comeback that is needed here. And I've seen crazier things, Rucker, man. We've got to Game 7 somehow. But they need, I think, the biggest miracle of them all to win this one.
Yeah, I mean, Game 7 here against a team that you probably shouldn't even be in the series with, but they've got a chance at an open net, but a race back from Tshega is great. But again, you just got to keep the pressure on them as they're trying to right here. Well, this is when you got to really go all out. The net is open. He's got it. Gogurt is going to put it in. 1:42 remaining, and they are not done yet.
Open net. And that is what Blizzard need. And a huge goal here cuts the lead in half. Down to 1. Minute 42 remaining. And anything can happen here in this Game 7. Bullets touch. Going to be a touch for Kyler as Kyler gets one more. Tshega pops that ball up high, gets a beat on Kyler. Tshega now looking for some control. Doesn't have a whole lot of boost. Does get the reset. Goes for the plan B. Not gonna work out there. Denzy gets the beat on Bullet, but Kyler still has the touch. Denzy's still in the air though. Gets a nice dunk there. Gogurt trying to take his time, get a good 50, but that ball's gonna be bouncing back mid. Kyler trying to get that ball cleared long. Tshega's touch towards the sidewall. Denzy's gonna be there getting the dunk. Kyler 0 boost, still able to control it just enough. Gonna leave this one for Gogurt. Gogurt says, thank you very much. I'll take that one, and I'll try to get this ball mid for you, Bullet. That ball bouncing mid, but Bullet a little too close. Great 50 there from Kyler, though. Could result in a counterattack. Not a whole lot of boost to work with. Still off the back wall, but nobody mid. Everybody was awkward on Nebula, but Bullet gets a great 50 as well. Tshega trying to win that 50, and he does so beautifully. That one, though, still super dangerous here. Nebula, they are primed for this Game 7. They are ready. Tshega's touch here was just good enough to get past Kyler, and Gogurt couldn't get up to it. Huge 2-goal lead here with 45 seconds left remaining.
Yeah, the time is going to be a big factor here. You just saw no boost on the backboard there. Perfectly placed pass and a great shot there. And now 40 seconds remaining. This miracle, we don't want it to end here, Flip, but they are going to need to pull off some last-second heroics as a big miss comes through again from Nebula. And a big bump. No, we can't find the shot. And 30 seconds remaining, Flip. They are going to need a couple more heroics.
It's, wow, it's not going to happen now, Rockman. This was the dagger. I don't know what I just saw, but I just saw Denzy put the nail in the coffin as that one was hammered straight down from the top ropes. A huge shot there from Denzy. A couple mistakes in the series, no doubt. But when it came time to play, this Nebula team showed up. And, some teams, Rockerman, they like to do a little dilly and a little dallying. But whenever it comes down to game time, that's whenever teams need to show up. This Nebula team, they proved they can show up with the best of them. Blizzard, though, man, what a series. What a story, Rockerman. We almost had an insane underdog win. But instead, we have a Game 7 heartbreak. Nebula, though, they ain't heartbroken. They're happy with this one. They're just glad to be out of this series. A huge win here for Nebula. They're going to go on to play the winner of Grandmasters Inferno. So no easy test left for them. But getting this one off their backs after that series and the way it unfolded, they can't be anything but relieved.
Yeah, no, you gotta be relieved if you're Nebula there. I mean, again, we talk about it, that Blizzard team. I mean, just an exceptional showing from them. We talked about losing Bolt in the middle of the series, but they showed up, they battled hard. Bullet, you gotta give them big props there to step in and try to fill that role. And they played really well. It was so close all the way to Game 7, but they cannot quite get it done. Nebula, they are going to survive, and it'll really make you think. And Nebula, again, like you mentioned, they're happy to be out of here, happy to be moving on to the semifinals, and we'll see if they can continue that run going forward.
And it will be a tough one, but Rockman, that's going to have to do it for us here, as we still got so many games left, and we've had too many Game 7s. Like, what's going on here? It's kind of insane, but thank you guys for tuning in. Stick around. We still have, I believe, 2 series remaining, so plenty of Rocket League action left. So we will be right back after a short break. We'll see you guys then. Deuces.